Once again, we're back with another video that our viewers value so much, and where we cover foods that contain toxic ingredients that might be killing you. We're no strangers to exposing the truth in toxic foods, as you can see from our past relevant videos, even if mass media companies and food regulation agencies want to keep the secret hidden from you. In this video, we will cover toxic ingredients hidden in everyday foods that might be killing you, so make sure to stick around to the end because you don't want to miss anything on this list. But first, click like on the video and share this with someone you care about that you want to have this information. And of course, subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive notifications from when we post a new video. Alright, let's get to it. Number 1. Sparkling water. Technically not food, but it's still something you consume in your body. Sparkling water is something I personally consume daily and was not aware of this until someone I knew shared this article with me. Now, according to an article by Consumer Reports written back in September of 2020, and where Consumer Reports tested bottled carbonated water, which is another name for sparkling water, in which the results discovered there were high levels of PFAS chemicals found in some of the sparkling waters. Dubbed as forever chemicals because of how long it takes to break down, and it breaks down extremely slow, high levels of PFAS chemicals consumed through either food or drink can lead to things such as changes in your immune system, thyroid issues, raised cholesterol levels, and potentially carcinogenic to certain organs such as the kidneys and prostates, according to WebMD.
Protection Agency does not require testing for PFAS and does not enforce a national standard for the maximum amount that's safe to drink. But in 2016, concerned by emerging data on adverse health effects, the EPA issued an advisory to local water systems, saying PFAS exposure over 70 parts per trillion may result in liver damage, weakened immune systems, and cancer.
With the sparkling waters that contain high levels of PFAS, which is anything above 1 ppt, according to this chart by Consumer Reports, were common well-known brands such as Perrier, Canada Dry, LaCroix, Polar, and Topo Chico coming in at an insane 9.76. This concerned us enough to decide to make our own sparkling water using the SodaStream Terra sparkling water maker we had purchased off Amazon. And just so you know, SodaStream is not sponsoring us. Similar to how we decided to grind our own coffee beans to avoid sawdust, we also prefer to make our own sparkling water upon learning about this. Included inside the SodaStream is a sparkling water maker, the CO2 cylinder, this is what creates the bubble and fizz, 1 liter bottle, and a bubbly drop for various flavors. In case you're interested, we included the link to the SodaStream sparkling water maker on the top right of the screen and in the description box below. On the bright side, the chart also shows sparkling water brands that have tested with the lowest levels of PFAS. Number 2. Pesticides. People are being more aware of organic food nowadays, and avoiding accumulated pesticide exposure in foods is one of the major reasons why. On the Environmental Protection Agency website, some pesticide exposures can cause potential negative health effects, such as affecting the nervous system, hormone and endocrine system, irritate eyes and skin, while some might even be carcinogenic. Now, according to this article by the Environmental Working Group, or EWG, up to 75% of non-organic fresh produce has residues of possibly harmful pesticides.
Chemicals in your produce. The magazine is out this morning with a study looking at pesticides in 48 fruits and vegetables. It finds that 17 contain high or very high levels of pesticides.
The government does regulate the amount of pesticides that are used, and no one residue exceeded any kind of legal tolerance. But the government doesn't look at the complex mixtures of pesticides. And from a toxicity endpoint, some people can have up to 29 residues, according to the CDC, in their body.
As of March 2023, EWG has come up with the 2023 Dirty Dozen, which is a list of fruits and vegetables that contain the most contamination of pesticides. As you can see on this list, strawberries are the number 1 on the list, while other commonly eaten produce such as peaches, apples, grapes, peppers, spinach, and kale also made the list. Washing the exterior of the strawberries will not remove the pesticides, as chances are it has already absorbed the pesticides. The EWG list also provides the Clean 15, which are the produce that contain the lowest amounts of pesticides. This is an alternative to avoiding foods high in pesticides or purchase organic produce. Number 3. Are you eating parabens? Ever see the paraben-free products on cosmetic and food labels before? Propylparabens are chemicals that are used as preservatives, cosmetics such as lotions, makeup, hair care products, shaving products, and more according to the FDA website. The thing is, paraben may also be used as preservatives in food as well, and according to this article by the Environmental Working Group, it was found that 49 processed foods contain parabens, as you can see on this list. Note that this article was written back in 2015, but this should still raise awareness of what might still be lurking in their foods in 2023. This chart provided by 3littleplums.com shows the different categories of foods that have been found to contain high levels of parabens, and many are commonly consumed foods, including eggs, cold-cut turkey, yogurt, wine, and canned tuna. Studies have found that parabens may disrupt hormones, and it also affects the reproductive development health in humans for both males and females. What I find most disturbing is propylparabens are banned for being used as preservatives in the European Union because they are considered dangerous, but is still allowed for use in the US. Just think about that the next time you consume foods that contain parabens.
Should we be trying to limit these chemicals, either consuming them or the makeup? Should we be looking for parabens? Should we be looking for products that have BPA and trying to limit them entirely from our lifestyle?
Well, it's hard to limit them entirely. The FDA deems both the BPA and parabens safe in small amounts. But there's ongoing studies that are finding a link between these chemicals and breast cancer. I personally think the chemicals are safe in small amounts, in moderation, but you're putting on makeup every day.
Right, like death by 10,000 cuts. I mean,
Exactly.
If everything you're using has a little bit of a BPA or a little bit of parabens, after a while, it's just this one big thing.
Right, it eventually adds up.
Number 4, milk. In this video, we cover how American milk has been banned from other countries due to the use of RBST or RBGH, which are artificial growth hormones injected into cows. However, there's another ingredient lurking behind the shadows in the very milk you drink and tends to fly under the radar. Can you guess what it is? Sugar, and 12 grams of it per cup on average for most milk products. It may not seem like a lot initially, but if you were to drink 2 cups of milk a day, that is already 24 grams of sugar you had just consumed. To help put this into perspective, 1 cup of milk is almost the same as eating 1 medium-sized glazed donut per day. Think about that the next time you drink a glass of milk. Number 5, brominated vegetable oil, or BVO for short. It's a vegetable oil that contains bromide, a chemical that's also used to make flame retardants. It has been banned for use in Europe and Japan, but still allowed for use in small amounts as an additive in the US, according to the FDA website. Not to surpass 15 parts per million, BVO is used for fruit flavoring in many beverages to help keep the flavors from being separated.
Gatorade, now under fire for an ingredient in fruit-flavored drinks, brominated vegetable oil. A petition on change.org says it's banned in other countries and has been patented as a flame retardant.
This is definitely something I would have thought nothing twice about giving to her.
But Cubitt read the label and reconsidered.
I have never heard of this ingredient that you brought to my attention, the brominated vegetable oil.
If you can't pronounce it, you don't understand it, you don't have a clue what it is, you probably shouldn't consume it.
A toxic chemical that can harm the nervous system if consumed frequently, including memory loss, headaches, fatigue, and the loss of muscle coordination, according to this article by the Environmental Working Group. At one point, Coca-Cola and PepsiCo used BVO in their beverages, but were removed from their products in 2015. And Mountain Dew Soda also included BVO in its ingredients, but due to ongoing petitions and pressure, it was removed as of 2020.
Coca-Cola now says it will drop a controversial ingredient from all of its drinks, not just Powerade. We first told you about this yesterday here on Wake Up Alabama. Coke says brominated vegetable oil is still being used in some flavors of Fanta and Fresca. The oil is used to keep drink ingredients from separating, but has recently come under fire for being a flame retardant. PepsiCo dropped the oil from its Gatorade products last year.
Although these major soda brands removed BVO from their products, BVO is still allowed in the USA and Canada, and certain sodas such as the Sundrop soda made by Dr. Pepper, Snapple Group, and other brands according to this list on Wikipedia. Number 6, barbecue and grilled meats. Who doesn't like barbecue meat? However, indulging on barbecue, grilled, and smoked meats can come with potential carcinogenic risk. Cooking meats on high heat, particularly when on an open flame, may expose you to 2 carcinogens, HCA and PAH. These toxic compounds are produced when natural oils and fluids from the meat drip onto the open flame, and then the smoke from the open flame will expose the meat to absorb back these harmful compounds. Inhaling the smoke from the barbecue grill is also toxic and carries the same PAH in cigarette smoke and polluted air. The burnt char ends on meat cooked on barbecue grill can be tempting, but might be contaminated with the highest levels of HCA and PAH. That is it for this list. We want to thank you if you stuck around to the end of the video and hope you gained valuable knowledge from this. Always be aware of what you're consuming and allowing into your body. Help us out by giving the video a like, subscribe, and please click the bell icon to notify you of our new video uploads. Share this with someone you care about, and until then, stay informed and Genius Tomato out.